Hello, translator for Chinese. Can you say something to Chess?
Well, good morning, everyone. It's nice to see you. Thank you all for coming. I understand that there's some questions here today. Yes?
Okay, there's another question. I understand that I need to practice do not reject and yield, do not insist on my way, and endurance. Is there any boundary to it? Or do I say yes to everything? For example, do I still say yes to bring to things that I consider as bad and risky, dangerous? Hypothetically speaking, a family member who is not qualified and dishonest invites me to invest in his fund, or my husband beats me, or some strangers gives me a bag to look after at the airport, etc. That's one of them. There's 3 more examples. Do I still say yes to things that I consider suboptimal or inefficient or not preferred? For example, my parents' outdated or even ridiculous advice on how to raise my child, or someone I'm not interested in hanging out with invites me out for dinner, or someone asks for my family photo for marketing purpose while I prefer not to share my baby's photo publicly, etc. What about situation where I think insisting my way might save one's life? For example, hypothetically speaking, my dad doesn't want to see doctor for life-threatening illness, or my son is under a really bad influence in school. Do I interfere?
I don't know. Why don't you ask me about questions about life as a monk? Life as a woman is too difficult for me. Gosh, life is tough, isn't it? There's so many issues. What do you think? It's about yielding. When should I yield? When should I not yield? I don't know what to do. What do you think? When should she yield? When should she not yield? Yielding is a practice of wisdom. Yielding is not out of stupidity. Okay, so rule of thumb: when it's harmful to others, we know it's harmful to others, we don't have to yield. Okay? Rule number 2. If it is to benefit ourselves more than others, then we yield to others. Rule number 3. If we're in a situation where we are stronger than others, then we yield, because we do not ever want to impose our will on others. And that's the ethics of someone who's stronger and who's continue to be stronger and stronger. And when you're stronger, then you have to yield to the weaker ones. Does it cover all the 3 things she asked for or not? So, for example, if the father needs to go see a doctor and he refuses to go see a doctor, drug him. Drug him up and call the ambulance. Say, oops, I made a mistake. No? If your friend that you don't want to see, someone you don't want to see, keeps on asking you out and demanding your company, it never happened to me. So what to do, huh? When you don't like someone at all, and you don't want to spend time with that person because this is really a waste of time. Never happened to me before. Anyone? What happens? What do you do then? Apple. I'm sure it happened to you a lot.
Yeah, it happened before, but I think I will give them. I will try. Maybe
You will fight?
fight forward. I will try. I will try to hang out with them, even
You
I
try
don't.
to go out with them, to spend time with that person.
Yeah, yeah. And I will see what's my react to them, and I also will consider if they have some special situation, they need someone to talk. I will spend time with them if I feel they need help.
But you don't, even though you hate them, you do not want to spend time with them. You think it's a total waste of time. You still yield.
Are we talking about now or before? Now I think there's no someone I really hated for now. But before there are some friends from my husband. I will tell him I don't want to go out with them.
Now you go out with him?
Now I think I will give them. I will give myself a chance to hang out with them. I will try, but if I still don't like it, I will refuse. But most of my friends live in China. I don't have too many friends here. But for now, most of them I like it. I don't have friends.
You usually have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Now you don't anymore because you kept on saying no to them.
No.
Is that it?
No.
there is a strong echo here. Can we reduce it? It's like, it sounds like I'm full of energy. I'm not. See, that's how to lose a friend. Saying no to them, not go out with them. Have you thought about it?
Sometimes I will refuse to go out with them, but I will think why. I will think about it, why. And if I feel it's an issue with myself, I will. Yeah, I asked the question to Venerables before during our online class, and they will help me.
Okay, very good. Anyone else would like to provide, offer his or her input? Yes, a lady in white. L-I-W. Liv.
Thank you, Master.
Don't do it like that, because it makes. What did I do? So dramatic. Yes.
A couple years ago, actually a year ago, I had a situation at work. I had a conflict with this guy, and he was huge in my office. So he lost his temper, and he banged his chair and then everything in his office. And then he threw stuff at me. That was really bad. And for some reason, I was able to, at that moment, I really hated him. But I was able to control my temper. So I got a little bit scared, but at the end, I had the gut to tell him not to do that. But I decided to forgive him. But his temper was not stopped. He threatened me to report to HR and try. So I decided to report the situation to HR, and he ended up getting fired. And since that event, I got famous everywhere in the whole Bay Area, because the guy was not small. So the lesson that I learned from that situation was that I think sometimes when people mean to you, there's two parts that you need to take care. I think I did not a bad job, try to be in peace. Honestly, at that moment, I hated him because of the action. But I did not really hate him because he did that to me. I just think that it's just a moment of him that, that he was out of his mind and he did the wrong thing. But from the bottom of my heart, I did not try to revenge or anything. The report to HR is just something that I have to do. So I think you have to separate two things, what you need to do and also your reaction or your inner peace toward that person. You just wish the best for them. It's just something that you have to do. And at the end, 6 months later, I got some feedback. People tell me, because he still have connections with other people in the company. I got surprised that he didn't hate me for getting him fired, and he actually felt sorry about that. So I learned a big lesson from that.
Something deep about it. Okay, how to get someone fired without being hated. Oh, that's a new topic. Okay, so complicated. Okay, it's a guideline that you should think about and not take it literally. Everything we tell you is for you, for your consideration. Meaning that depending on your level, the higher you get, the more yielding you become, number one. Number two, if you want to reach higher levels, then you should consider yielding more. That's the other side of it. So it's not that rigid of a rule. It's more meant for you to look at yourself. Can I be more yielding? That's what it means. Okay? Can I yield more? Because ordinary people, they don't feel they have to yield. Ordinary people tend to get their egos get in the way. So they consider yielding to be losing. Consider yielding to be losing the face and being weak and so forth. And my point is that actually when you are stronger, when you yield, actually it's because you're stronger or it will make you stronger. Even when you yield and you suffer, you take a loss, it will make you stronger. The question is not about a rigid thing where you always yield, and without thinking. You need to use your judgment and yield. For example, the children. The children are known to test your patience and try to push the envelope, test the limits. And that's why they're called children. And therefore, you can yield up to a certain point, but then you take a stand, okay? And you say, okay, you cannot go beyond this boundary because it's harmful to you, and so forth. So it's a flexible rule that applies to everyone at all levels. Okay, it's a work in progress, if you will. You can always be more yielding, if you will. Okay, and you can try yielding and see how it works, and next time try not to yield. Okay, see if different. So that's why there's so many different situations, different scenarios where you're gonna have a chance to experiment and test your level of patience. It's not meant to be so rigid of a rule where I yield. Okay, that's a level of a bodhisattva. You're not at that level yet. Okay, bodhisattvas yield, but you don't realize they have ways to yield and yet still guide you. Okay, so that's the ultimate, is to yield, and yet not yielding, and not yielding and yet to yield, even though you're not confused enough already. Okay, so it's something to think about, to consider. So rule of thumb is try to yield if you can, and try to yield more. Okay, that's all. And when you do that, good things happen to you. In contrast, ordinary people, yielding is not something they're willing to consider. Okay, and that's a sign of lack of wisdom. Okay, I myself am also a work in progress. Most of the time I don't yield. I only teach you about yielding because I'm working on it. Okay? You try me, you find out I'm as hard as a rock. Unmovable. My samadhi power is stronger than yours. I don't have to yield. Let's face it. Oh, I would lose face as a teacher. Okay. That's a hard question. Oh my God. Okay, anyone else has any thing they'd like to bring up or disagree or like to discuss? Okay. If not, then let's discuss the Song of Enlightenment. We are on slide 56. If I were deceiving living beings with untrue words, oh, by the way, I don't put my palms together. We only do that when Buddha speak. This guy is not a Buddha. That's a form of not yielding. You see that? Okay, yeah. So 57. Wouldn't try to deceive us with lies, would not lie to us. Okay, enlightened people would never do that. Enlightened people would never lie. Seriously? I thought my master lied to me. He did. It's funny, someone told me, someone made a comment to me and said, "You're not angry, your master? You sounded so angry." More than once. I said, "Did I?" Yeah, of course you did. Don't you remember? I heard at least 5 times. The last year, right? The year before, I didn't disagree. I was yielding a lot more. He said, so I said, no, it's about time I told you the truth. Okay? I resented my teacher, Master YongHua. Okay? Because he's such a mean person. He could have yielded to me. But he didn't yield. He knew I was not a nice person, immature, and egotistical. He's the one who has wisdom. He's not supposed to make me suffer, and punish me. That's one message. The other message was for my disciples who are resentful of me, who feel entitled that they're supposed to have good things going to them by default. And nothing is further from the truth. Life is, you have to earn everything. And these people, for some reason, you young generation seems to think that you deserve, you're entitled to things. My generation, we earn everything, we are really warriors. We don't expect anything to be given to us. But no, you, younger generation, feel that, you're entitled to, to be liked, to be helped. Yeah. And I find it hard to yield to that. So I don't yield. Okay, and they resent it. They keep on resenting and resenting and resenting. I worked so hard. I did everything you asked for, and you still ask for more. And you still are so mean to me. I said, so. So they feel justified in being resentful, feeling I'm unfair and that I favor more others than them and so forth. And nothing is more true than that. However, was I really resentful of my master? The answer is not even a single iota. Was I ever resentful? Why not? For two reasons. Number one, the harder he was towards me, I think he is very strict, very tough, very demanding. The further I went, okay, the standards are so high that I had to meet those standards. So it's helpful in the end. And that's the case. Even if I was resentful, it's very easy to let go of the resentment afterwards. Right? Resentment is stupidity. So if I were stupid, in the end, I realized that it was for my benefit. So I got a lot out of it. Yeah? And therefore, how can I be resentful anymore? That's number one. Number two, it's not even now, but then, naturally, I had no resentment whatsoever. I couldn't understand why. Okay. But maybe it has to do with the fact that he has always been that way towards me. So you sort of get used to it. You believe that or not? I mean, after a while, they beat up on you. So, okay, go for it. Abuse me. Yeah. What else is new? Can you do better? Is that all you got? No, seriously. It has to be the case where maybe we know each other so well that it's like there's this blind trust where you don't question him because you follow his instructions, good things will happen to you. When you do what you're told, good things will happen to you. And if that happens repeatedly, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, then naturally that you reach a point where you said, okay, I'm convinced. Okay? I may not like it, but I will try my best. So it's got to be, I think between us, it's got to be that where we cultivated before, and so it's funny, but I never resented it at all. I resented, to be honest, I resented the stupid demands from his disciples who were supposed to train me. I was disappointed. I was resentful. I said, you don't understand. Master Shinho is Dharma. Not at all. I knew that already. And you to tell me what to do? You have achieved nothing in your life yet. You dare tell me what to do? So I basically discarded them, okay? And of course, had to pay the price for it, for being insolent towards your seniors. But the funny thing is that I never resented my masters at all. Okay? So why do I keep on saying I'm resentful? It's to tell you, I still call him my master. Don't you see? Don't you get it? If I were truly resentful, so deeply resentful, why should I still call him my master? You are so naive. You believe everything you hear. You do? You do. Come on. If you truly resentful, if I truly were, would I keep on quoting him and saying I respect him, I adore him, he's my idol, and so forth? On one hand, the other hand, I resent him. Huh? Doesn't bother you? Is there a conflict somewhere? Something's inconsistent? Yes, you too.
From Chun, asking for a new person. Master YongHua wrote this on page 12 in the Pure Land Handbook. Buddha knows everything that can be known. I am wondering what things can't be known.
Could you repeat that, please?
Master YongHua wrote this on page 12 in the Pure Land Handbook. The Buddha knows everything that can be known. I am wondering what things can't be known.
Nothing that the Buddha does not know. Thank you. And that's the theory. I don't know. I have no proof. Okay? I have no proof whatsoever because I'm no Buddha. I have no clues. But in theory, in principle, is nothing he does not know. And he's the only being in the Dharma realm who's like that. It's kind of a cool state where you become one with everything. Therefore, you know everything. Okay. All right. Anything else? Okay. Go back to slide 57. Enlightened people would never lie to people. Way Mountain, yes?
Yes, good morning, Master. I've discovered that people's opinions no longer sway me one way or another anymore. It doesn't too much matter to me. Somebody pipes off on something I totally disagree with. I don't care. It's their opinion. It doesn't matter to me. Also, it's a little more difficult, but it can be done with any kind of praise or reiteration on a positive note. I don't really care either because it's, once again, just somebody's opinion.
Wonderful! That's great. I wish I could be like that. You feel better?
It's just like, it's a less of a care in the world because you don't have to squander any kind of stupid emotion over discovering whether, oh, I agree, oh, that person's an idiot, or, oh, thank you so much, you know. It just doesn't matter. It's their opinion. They can have the thought that they want. Doesn't matter.
No one matters to you? No one is important to you anymore? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, Master, go ahead.
No one, who's important anymore, so no one's opinion matters anymore? Is that what you're telling me?
And Master, of course, being my good knowing advisor, you are totally excluded from this analysis.
There. Yeah. You're such a dishonest person.
I hope not.
That's good. That's good that you're less afflicted by others' opinions. However, there's some people's opinions that you should respect, especially those who are wiser than you. You agree with that?
Yes, but if they're wiser than you, it isn't going to seem like a lowly opinion. It's going to seem more like a serious edict, almost like it's God sent, that someone can exclaim something to you that means so much and is so truthful that you don't consider it an opinion.
Okay. Okay, let me explain to you. This is what he's going through is a natural evolution, where because he's right now at 7th samadhi, and therefore the ego is not as strong as before, and therefore he's not as easily afflicted by others as before. Okay? It's a natural state where there's a little ego left, and therefore when he's in that state, he's not that easily afflicted. But that's not something you should be dwelling on. It's a natural thing, and don't attach to it. Be careful. Okay, so eventually you begin to understand that yes, it's true that people's opinions don't matter anymore. It doesn't matter that much, especially the ones who have no wisdom should not affect you, influence you in any way. Okay, that's common sense, and you should listen to the people who are wiser, like as you said, myself. Okay, that makes sense, right? This is common sense. Okay, however, let me point out to you. If you get to my level, for example, I don't know how he got here, but he pushed me. Suppose, put yourself in my place, where I look at all of you, stupid. What am I going to do with my life? Have you thought about it? So I look at you, I say, yuck. He said, Master, I respect you, I adore you, I'm going to follow you lifetime after lifetime. I say, oh yeah? You stupid, you don't know what you're doing. How can I take you seriously? That's a predicament, isn't it? When you look at everyone as everyone's so stupid. You feel like killing yourself. You don't belong. Would you like that? Is that what it's about? No. I will not kill myself. So what? What then? You're dwelling on just learning, okay? Just, you only brought up the aspect of learning. And you say, okay, if normal people, their opinion, they don't matter to me because they're stupid anyway, huh? They're just people. I agree, okay? And then you say, except for Master YongHua, who's my good no advisor, I would pay attention to what he has to say. I agree, wholeheartedly. But then I ask myself, I'm asking you, what about me? Where everyone is stupid. What do I do? You're overlooking the fact that you can learn from wise people as well by following, by registering, remembering their insights. Yield! Yield? Why? You disagree, okay? But because there's something in the back of your mind that says, but that guy has wisdom. He tells me to yield. It must be for a reason. So let me try it, okay? Make sense? So people who are wiser than you, their opinion should matter to you. Yes? Are you listening? Are you in samadhi?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now, so you can learn from people who are wiser than you. Especially you should be grateful that they even bother talking to you at all. Whether it's a pleasant talk or unpleasant talk, whether it's nice words or harsh words. When it's harsh words, don't be resentful, because you're resentful, you're a loser. Agree?
Absolutely.
Thank you. But, so you see, when people are wiser than you, you take the advice, okay, yeah, that makes sense to me, okay? I don't quite get it, but if I do it, then eventually it will make sense to me. That's my experience with my masters, okay? I didn't understand what he said. Suffering, enduring suffering? What kind of nonsense is that? Endure more, he says. Endure more suffering. That's all. So I endure more and more and more, including him torturing me. I endure more. I say, hey. You see, let's follow the instructions. Yeah. But also, eventually, you see that you also learn from stupid people. How? Don't be like them. You see? It helps. Stupid people have a place in this world. Don't reject them all. Don't say, you stupid, your opinion don't matter. No, their opinions matter. You should do exactly opposite of what they think. That's how you learn from stupid people. Okay? It's more than that though, my friend. We're talking about reasons. I'm also would like to point out to you another aspect of learning. It's not just about right and wrong. Right and wrong, sir, is still here. What I'd like you to consider is go beyond right and wrong. How? By using your heart instead of using your brains constantly. There's a time to use your brains. There's a time to use your heart. That's why they're separated. You notice that? Because if they were the same thing, you should only have a heart and no brains, or a brain and no heart. There's such people. Women have the brains, we men have the heart. Make sense? This is my personal case. My female disciples have the brains, but have no heart. Okay? My male disciples have the heart, but have no brains. Okay? So, I'd like you to consider this, which as a glimpse of this as the way of the future, artificial intelligence. Okay? Which is stupidity, by the way. Artificial intelligence is actually stupidity. Okay? If you place your hands, your life into artificial intelligence, you're stupid. That's what I mean. Especially, for the record, if you put your hands in Elon Musk fully autonomous driving, you're so stupid. There's no such a thing as fully autonomous driving. When is the world going to wake up to that and stop spending billions of dollars chasing after something that will never be? Stupid people! Okay. But you know, it's not just right and wrong. Life is not just right and wrong. Life is about your heart. Okay? Because if you use your brains only to see in right and wrong, then you're a very unhappy person. What we teach you is you do this Chan practice and you listen to the Dharma so that you open up your heart and let it grow and grow, so that what happens? Then you're able to be able to see more clearly how much the others are suffering. They may be right, but they're still suffering. They may be rich, they're still suffering. May be very pretty, they're still suffering. So much. So you have to go beyond your head. Okay? And look at your heart. Work in your heart. And that to me is what being a human being means. Not just right and wrong. Right and wrong is superficial. The heart is what provides you with the depth. Think about it. So, in the end, I agree with you, but I also disagree with you. Sometimes I agree. Others people's opinion don't matter. It's true. But most of the time, they matter. Why? Because I'm interested in seeing why they're suffering, why they think like that. So yes, I'm not like you. No, I'm not like you. People's opinion matter to me up to a certain point. Okay? You can. I'm very grateful for your opinion and your comment, because unless you're careful, go into the path of the Hinayana people who says you are nonsense, you are empty, I am empty, nothing matters. Okay, that's wrong. One thing matters to me is money. I mean, not money. I take it back. One thing that matters to me is your suffering. You're suffering and you don't even know it. It really bothers me. Yes, Wei Mao.
Thank you, Master. As a male disciple, I'll speak from my heart.
Okay.
I really appreciate you bringing up the perspective of stupid people's opinions. I think there's also, as you've mentioned over the years, there's ignorant people. People who just don't know yet. And I recognize, and I'm humbled by how low samadhi level I am compared to other people across all the way places. And when I see new people come in, I'm so encouraged because the little things that I know, if I'm able to share with them and help them be less ignorant, I've seen people shoot past me so fast. It's just so wonderful. So being compassionate and understanding where Brady's coming from, where it's like, yeah, opinions don't matter. Like, I totally get it. I think I'm also of the position where it's like, well, sometimes people just don't know yet. They're ignorant of their suffering and how they can help themselves. So I think that's the part I try to always remain open to, is to your point, seeing people who may just, with a little bit of wisdom, go so far. It's just amazing. I just wanted to share that.
Okay, one more opinion. Okay, go back to 57. Enlightened people would never do that. I don't know whoever wrote this. This is nonsense. Next. I invite upon myself the ripping out of the tongues of aeons as many as dust and sands. So he says that why it says the truth, it weren't the truth. It weren't true if I lied to you about this enlightenment thing here I'm experiencing, the visions I have, the understanding I arrived at. I'm giving them to you straight. I'm not trying to pull your legs, to scam you at all. And because if I were to lie to you, I'd be basically inviting upon myself a very severe retribution. Okay, this is so Chinese. It's so poetic. Excuse me, Chinese people. You may disagree with me, but again, it's just your opinion. But let me offer you mine, just for the heck of it. Okay. He says, I'm telling the truth. I swear to God, basically, in today's language, okay? I swear to God, I'm telling you the truth. If it weren't true, I'm willing to go to hell and suffer torture, okay? Can you hear me? Hello. Okay, okay. Now, that's what he's trying to tell you. Okay, and maybe it's because during then, remember, this is like his era is right after the sixth patriarch, so he was an unknown, and he wanted sincerely to establish himself as an authority and tell people about how wonderful enlightenment is and so forth. So that's why he would say these things. I personally don't care for this. Okay, it's too Chinese. And again, in all fairness, it's different times. Nowadays, it doesn't matter anymore because whatever we say, there's at least 10,000 other people who say the exact opposite, and they have at least 1 million followers each. Okay? Like their Fox News faithful. And so forth. But to me, he's taking himself too seriously. There's no need for that. He's trying too hard to tell people about enlightenment, how wonderful it is. And it's a little bit naive in that sense. From his heart, he spoke from his heart. And my brain, my little bit part of my brain tells me, that's too naive. Don't need to try so hard. Because it's okay. It's okay if they disagree, or they slander you, or they badmouth you, or they believe you, as the white-haired gentleman said earlier. It really doesn't matter what they think. You say what you say, and you're done. Yeah? Drop it. His weakness here, Chinese weakness, trying too hard to make people believe him. Don't be like that. Okay? It's like, I'm giving you the truth, and you have to believe me. It's the truth. I swear to God. God, let God be my witness. I'll never be hungry again. I never go hungry again. And Clark Gable says, Frankie, my dear, I don't give a damn. You seen that movie? He made an impression on me. Man, don't give a damn. I mean, no. You see, a little bit naive in that sense. It's okay to try to do good, and you give your insights, you give your knowledge, and say, hey, son, don't do that. And he says, you don't have to punish your son because he doesn't listen to you. It's the same here. If you don't listen to me, I will punish myself. You see any difference? That's how I see it. I look at it. Why you have to punish yourself? They don't believe you. So what? Don't take yourself so seriously. Huh? Am I wrong? Years ago, when I first started, and I read this part here, and I said, wow, so I better, this is a privilege to be able to listen to or read about his insights. So I should be grateful. Okay? And I was grateful for the insights. Okay? But nowadays, I don't feel the same way Because I don't want those of you who's been there have to walk the same path. Okay? And this don't have to try so hard. Don't put so much pressure on others and on yourself. Okay? It's Dharma giving. You give the Dharma, you speak the Dharma when you're given a chance, when you asked in particular. With sincerity, when you give the Dharma. And once you give the Dharma, drop it. Am I making sense to you? And that's how Dharma given should be done. Don't take yourself too seriously, so seriously that people have to understand you, people have to believe you. It doesn't matter. Okay? And I don't know about ripping my tongue out. Sounds too painful. So I'm doing you a favor, I'm supposed to suffer? No. No. Okay? What do you think? I know, I apologize to all the faithful Chinese and Asians and Koreans and so forth, and Vietnamese who look up to Master YongHua, even my own teacher, Master YongHua, even look up to him, praise him and so forth. It's for his disciples, okay? It's understandable. It's for me, yes, in the old days, okay? But you see, that's the fun part about cultivation. We evolve, okay? Your perspectives will change. Like the white-haired, silver-haired man who says, I don't care what you think of me. I'm only saying, I don't care, you're stupid anyway. You're just people anyway. The only person I listen to is my master. I love him for it. You know? About time someone really appreciates me. Okay? Does it make sense? Take it easy. Cultivation. Try your best. And forget that you even tried your best. Let's go to lunch. I mean, that's my attitude. After all this, let's go eat. Hey. It's no big deal. We're still stupid. But it's still tomorrow, still next week. Huh? All right? Yeah. And think and use your heart. Look at how many people made sacrifices. They didn't come here to sit with us. They stood on their feet for an hour cooking, cleaning, cooking, preparing, everything. So let's make them happy. Let's go eat. Thank you all. See you next time.